All right, let's get it. Once again, this is brought to you by channel IHB1020. I dropped the video a minute ago with a message to the young black man, telling him, hey man, demand your father in the house because it's going to short you out of your inheritance. And it's still, I deleted it because I think there's a better chance at reaching a young black woman. Like I said, I believe that that's who I should be focusing on. I believe that that's who God turned my attention to, the black woman and her struggle in America. So a lot of times I be just dropping some knowledge, some shit that I didn't seen, shit that I didn't researched and studied to help her see that these ways that we have right now are not our ways, even though we know it. But we know it. You can say, oh, they took our culture. They took this from us. We don't have our religion. It's right there. You can get it back. But anyway, so now I'm sending. I took that. I mean, I deleted that, and I'm sending this message to the young black woman. Maybe I'm believing in my research because I'm telling you, for the last maybe since 2016. I've been talking to black women and I say something to stir them up, to get them to talk so I can see what really is the problem. And in my research, I'm realizing, once a black woman about 21, it's over with. Her mind is already made up. Fuck this shit. I'm outside and I'm not trying to hear that shit. So I be my attempt is to show the black woman where she's wrong at, how you losing. But it's hard because we got to understand the system, the government has promised her, you can do your research, a queendom where either the man don't exist or a queendom where he exists but she rules. Because if it's her house, if the government give her a house, guess what? Nigga, you got to get your ass out this house if she say get out. So the government is giving her, they have promised her a queendom. If we go back to the Bible and pay attention to that story, and even though I said that's not what it means, but that's kind of what's going on. Promising her a queendom where you're going to rule over this nigga. Not a queendom where he ruled. But anyway, let's get to what I'm saying. I believe black women, like I think I done told, even women I didn't fuck with, I done told, you need to go back to your baby daddy. That's who owe you more, your baby daddy. Now, I'm not saying my kid's grown, so I'm not saying I need to get with my baby mom. I'm just saying you young, your kid's still hungry, you taking care of them, you putting a lot of weight on your shoulders, babe. You shouldn't have never, this is what I believe, why would you give up on your baby daddy? And I understand society is promoting this shit. And what if you go back and look at my video, I've been trying to break down that in one of the religious books that they done gave us, since they took over, says, to each people was given away. And if you go deep into that language and break it down, that language can go to nation, race, group of, I'm talking about continent of people. So I'll be trying to break down, I'll be trying to show you black women, especially young black women. I think if you're over 21 is over, you can ignore this. But young black women, 21 and under, to each people was given away. And this is our way. If you go back and read history, before the, the coming of the white man taking over the continent of Africa, our way, it's what stood us out above all nations. Go do your research. That way that we was doing it. We was above all nations, man. That's why they was so astounded by the shit we was doing, right? But anyway, if you put what I'm saying, black woman, if you put your, young black woman, if you put your baby fathers out, you're taking more food and inheritance from your motherfucking kids. And I know you feel like you can do it, but why do it? Like I talked to it, I'm telling you, I did a lot of conversation. And all y'all say, I'm doing it because I got to do it. I'm masculine because I have to be. No, you don't have to be. You choose. I don't even think you choose to be like an alcoholic. He don't want to drink. But shit, man, I can't help myself. A drug addict, man, Lord, please help me. I do not want to hit this crack pipe. He can't help himself. So I think I think we've been programmed, especially you black woman, to respond certain way because let's accept this idea and you can say what the fuck you want to say. When you find out your baby daddy is fucking around, what do you try to do? Stop him from fucking around. If by any means necessary. Even if it's by putting him on the couch first, putting that nigga out the house first, playing mind games with him like you fucking with another nigga, but you're not. Because you're trying to hold on to your, what is that, I guess your pureness? I don't know. We can call it that. Playing mind games with this nigga. Making him think you with another woman and another man. And then finally getting with another nigga. All this is done. You don't want to lose that nigga. No, you're trying to break him. Let's be honest. You're trying to break him. This is why right now black scholars are saying the role that they then gave to the black woman is to demasculinize the black man. Turn him into a female. Make him like you. And that is your goal. And you can say what the fuck you want to say. I done talked to over 100 black women. I done did research. I done stirred them up. I done said shit to strike their nerve just to hear how they going to respond so I can do my research. All y'all say, over 90% of y'all say, if I don't understand the black man because if I love somebody, I would just be with that person. That is a female trait. Just think about it. That is a female trait. So what you try to do by putting him on the couch, by putting him out the house, by playing mind games with him like you fucking with another man, but you don't be. He don't know what's going on, but he think he be ready to bust your head. Or finally saying, fuck it, nigga, I'ma go and fuck with this other nigga. This is why you be busting his windows out, cutting his ties, because the whole goal was to feminize him. Because you feel like, hey, nigga, you need to be like me. But you got to understand that our way was a way that God gave us. God gave us that way. Just like I'm trying to break down now and they say the white man is evil. That nigga's not evil. That is their way of doing things. The ideal of having one wife, that's their way. Go to the Asian people. They have a certain way of doing things. Go to the Indian people, East Indian. They have a certain way of doing things that God gave them, that God inspired them in whatever motherfucking way you can look at it. So black people, melanated people in the continent of Africa, maybe all over the motherfucking globe, had a certain way that stood out. That's why, come on, black woman, be honest. When you know you're dealing with a nigga and he got several women and they not bickering and arguing, it amazes you. You trying to get over there. Hey, man, I done been in the game. And I know if you fucking with several women and they not bickering and arguing, and if you bring another woman around and she see this shit, she want to be a part of that shit. She want to be a part of that shit. But my whole point is, because I left the message saying to the young black man, hey, you need to demand that your father come in the house because it's going to short you out of an inheritance. And in the last couple of years, I've been researching the black man and his shit too. I'm realizing black men are growing up, coming up, because their father ain't in the house. And once you put him out, this is your baby daddy. Just say I'm your baby daddy. You get tired of my shit. You put me out. Black women are stiff. They got a number one rule. If you're going to be my man, in my research, over 95% of y'all said, probably 100%, if you're going to be my man, you're going to pay these bills around here. You're going to pay these motherfucking bills and take care of my kids. That's a rule. So you know you trying to break this nigga. You can't break him. He end up going to get with another woman, and guess what? That's less money, and that's less food for you and your kids, and that's also a less inheritance for your motherfucking kids. I'm just trying to show you, and I know you feel like, hey, man, I ain't got to worry about that because the government will pay my bills. I used to know a female that told me, I didn't know, but she told me, man, she ain't paid her light bill in 2 years. One of the realest motherfucking females, and I already posted a long time ago, say, one of the realest females I ever met. She told me from the jump, nigga, I ain't paid my light bill in years. Because the government will help you. It got all type of programs out there to help you. So that shit is done. Just hear me out. That shit is done to stop you from depending on your baby daddy, on your man, to get you to say, fuck that nigga. I ain't got to put up with this shit. I understand the ideal of you saying, this nigga's bringing me diseases. Babe, like I told my daughter, if you know me, you can ask her. I said, listen, Get that nigga some condoms. Before he leave the house, hit nigga, here goes some condoms. And keep your words. You ain't gonna bring me nothing back because a man gonna be a man. You know it. Fuck what TV showing you. Fuck what magazines showing you. Fuck what these songs talking about. Look around you. Look at your daddy. Look at your, I'm talking to the young black woman, 21 and under. Look at your brother. Look at your uncles. Look how they moving. That'll tell you how black men move. You ain't even got to wonder. Fuck TV. TV is not real. But the problem with the mind, I haven't got to this. I got a video breaking this mind shit down. The mind cannot differentiate between truth and falsehood when it's watching a movie. You know that, right? That's why when we can watch a movie, we can cry. That's why we can watch a movie, we can laugh. The mind cannot separate that this is not real. This is why when you watch, this is why we call some of y'all drama kings. This is why some niggas feminized and fucked up. Just hear me out. That's TV land. That's not reality. In the reality world, these are the things that black men doing. And I'm saying you shortening your children, even though the government gonna help you, might, I said in my comedy shit, might give you a $350,000 house. I said in my comedy shit, the next generation, the little girls, like young little girls right now, maybe 10, they're gonna get not only a motherfucking $350,000 house, but they're gonna get these Tesla cars too. Anything to stop you from anything to stop you from letting that man be a man, letting him be masculine. Because anybody know anything about the masculine? Masculine is dominating. And a lot of y'all women picked up the masculine role trying to dominate. But let me stick to the subject. What I'm saying is, because I'm realizing right now today, a lot of black men are fighting with their sisters for the inheritance that their mother left. For real. Because, you know, when your daddy, he been out, you know, kicked out the house or whatever the fuck. So he ain't leaving nothing behind. Because he's going from relationship to relationship. And these women are getting tired. And he's spending money. I said it. I did it. I didn't furnish the woman house. And when you leave that house, you leave with her not a motherfucking thing. She keeping that. She gonna fight to keep that shit. And I'm not saying you don't deserve it. If he put it in your house, I'm not saying you don't. What I'm just trying to show you, young black woman, is you are taken from your kid's mouth and from your son's inheritance. Because you know a man, he got a son, he gonna try to, man, by the time that nigga turn 15, I'm gonna give my boy a car. You making his whole life harder. See, you can depend on the government. The black man, the government ain't fucking with him. Read history. The government's trying to break him, and he needs your assistance in breaking him. You feel me? Just think about the shit that I'm saying. It says to each people was given a way. And if you go look at our religion, if you go study our tradition, that was the way that God gave us, and it stood us out, not only out, above all nations. That's why they was coming to Africa amazed by the shit we was doing. It was the way that God gave us. They was trying to come in there and figure this shit out. But now you're trying to force your man, young black woman, 21 and under, you're going to try to force your man to put on their clothes. That one woman shit, that bullshit that they do. You're going to try to force your man to be like that. And if he not going to be like, you're going to do everything you can to break him. And when you doing this shit, guess what? From this relationship to the next relationship, it's all about breaking this nigga a little bit more, and a little bit more, nigga. You're going to either mind or you're going to get out. And a little bit more to find that nigga in his 40s. I'm telling you, I talked to some OGs, and they're in their 40s and they're in their 60s and 70s. Guess what? They regretting the shit they did back in the day. And I'm saying to them, nigga, if you go back, do you think you would do anything different? No, you're a man. But just think about what I'm saying, young black woman and young black man. If you see this man, demand that your mama bring your father back in the motherfucking house. Because if you don't, you're going to lose more, nigga. It's going to be even harder on you because everybody know, and I know what you're saying, black woman. I mean, if he do go get another family, he should at least take care of his family. I mean, according to any book you read, holy book, it says once you lay with another man, he don't have no obligation to you no more, black woman. Any religious book they didn't pass to us and said, this is a religious book. It says once you lay with another man besides him, he has no more obligation to you. Y'all be safe.